Welcome to the WeFixFreight.com training video. This is the first in a series of videos we will produce to ensure proper freight handling techniques are adhered to. Once the trailer has backed up to the warehouse door, your warehouse manager will approach the back of the trailer to do an initial inspection of the load. You are looking for total number of pallets that have fallen, leaning, or appear to be damaged in any way. Make sure you get a good look at the shrink wrap, as many times the load has shifted due to inadequate wrapping. Also take a look at the rest of the freight to see if you can get an idea of how many pallets are affected on this job. Take pictures of the back of the load showing the damaged or leaning pallets that you see originally. You will continue to take more photos throughout the entire process. Once you have identified the type of pallet that's being utilized for this load, you can grab one from your warehouse inventory and place on the floor to begin the restacking process. If the product is stacked on a non-approved pallet, you must obtain the proper pallets before getting started to ensure you are restacking on the correct pallet. Take a look at the stacking pattern on the skids that are stacked properly inside the trailer, and make sure you are repeating that pattern once you have begun restacking your new pallets. Make sure you are stacking product to the edge of each pallet. If your product has perforated tabs on them, make sure you are locking the boxes into one another. If you notice a box that is crushed or appears damaged, you must set this box aside, creating a pile or pallet for damaged products. You will need to report the number of damaged cases at the end of each job. Once you have finished restacking your first pallet, you can begin with an initial layer of shrink wrap around that pallet to ensure it stays up while being moved to another area of the warehouse. Here, it will get a final layer of wrap later in the process. Pull the shrink wrap tightly around the corners to ensure that the product will not fall or become damaged again. Once you have stacked and wrapped the pallet, you can move it to another section of your warehouse out of the way so it can be finalized later. Throughout the rework process, your rework manager or trained employee must continue to walk inside the trailer to monitor the count of affected pallets, further damages, as well as take additional pictures of the shifted or fallen pallets throughout the process. Again, take notice of any product that may have shifted off of a pallet. If it's safe to pull out the affected pallets and place it in a staging area to rework inside your warehouse, you may do so. If there are cardboard sheets, corners, or other dunnage used in the original pallet construction, you must save that material to be used during your restacking of the new pallets. Some pallets may appear to be standing fine. However, as you can see here, the product isn't shrink wrapped very well, and there is no shrink wrap at the bottom of the pallet either. In these cases, you will set those aside to be re-shrink wrapped. Be sure to keep a running count of the pallets that you have had to either restack completely or those which just needed to be re-wrapped. This way, you have an accurate total when you get to the end of the job. Once you have become comfortable with the job, you can begin setting up an assembly line of staff to work on the various functions of the process. Please see and note the importance of placing a very thick layer of shrink wrap to the bottoms of the pallets. As you can see, we like to elevate the pallets onto a stack of skids to allow our employees the ability to shrink wrap the bottom of the pallets tightly. You must do a re-wrap before sticking the skid on top of the elevated pallet stack for final wrapping. Here you will notice 2 workers restacking pallets, while 2 workers are doing final shrink wrap to the bottoms, and a final employee is moving pallets back and forth with a forklift. Once a pallet has been completed, you can place that pallet in your completed pallet row. This means the rework has been finalized and it is now ready to be loaded back onto the trailer once you're done. Once all pallets have been completed and loaded safely back onto the trailer, it will be time to brace the load with either load bars or airbags. These can usually be found on the back of the trailer or will be provided by the truck driver. Please ensure you have taken pictures of the entire process, including pictures of the fixed pallets once placed on the back of the trailer. This will conclude your training video on the process of reworking a load.